Hi there, guys. This is Kelly Lear and Tracy Wheeler from IPT 2013 in Orlando, Florida. We're at the Renaissance at SeaWorld. So you might be able to see in the backdrop behind us the SeaWorld stuff. We even had a visit this morning from Cecilia, one of the penguins from SeaWorld, in our opening ceremonies this morning, so it was pretty interesting. Our keynote this morning was Garrison Wynn, who is a very successful businessman in his own right, as well as an author and a comedian, and he had a fantastic session this morning centered around his research in his book called The Real Truth About Success. And so he shared with us all of his research in working with hundreds of successful leaders and team members and what made them successful, and gave us lots of practical insight into those. And we'll share some of that in our blogs.
Yeah, I agree. It was an awesome keynote speaking presentation. And then after that, we followed up with an economic update and impact of the recession. And that was given by Harley Duncan, a managing director at KPMG, and Joseph Hinchman, who's a vice president at the Tax Foundation. And what they were explaining was that where state revenues are right now is showing about 4 to 5% growth, which is stable coming out of the recession, but not real robust. But some of the near-term things they would like for people to keep an eye on is the ability of the states to sustain the spending cuts that they put in place and the effects that's going to have on local governments. And then in the long term, their top three that could be sinkholes for the states included the Medicaid spending growth, potential federal deficit reductions, and obviously the underfunded Social Security and retirement issues. So it'll be interesting
Only
to
a few
see.
issues.
For sure.
And then Tracy and I actually split up in our sessions throughout the latter part of the morning and into the early afternoon here. And we hit things like audit-related sessions. So I did a session on mastering the human side of the audit equation in the sales and use tax area. And they spent a lot of time about talking about how rapport is so important to your sales and use tax audits, and how you can get there, and how you can use that rapport effectively across your jurisdictions in working with your auditors.
And then I attended another great session about the appraisals that companies are getting and how to use those in appeals, and if in fact you do end up in court, and whether or not those appraisals should be turned over in the discovery phase, and then strategies for trying to help companies get through that appeal process. So hopefully you and I can put together some future blog posts to give our readers a lot more detail on those sessions.
Definitely, Tracy. We also have another one on double taxation and audit defense in the area of property tax, so we're going to hit on that a little bit as well.
Yeah.
This afternoon, we're also going to have another vendor reception and get a chance to network with the IPT professionals out there, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can follow the conference and Kelly and I both on Twitter using the IPT hashtag, which is pound 2013 IPTAC for annual conference.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
You.